welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another adventure here in Eorzea with the Yok Huy. So we're going to be going on to quest number 3 with Buried Memories. Farah would send someone into Warlord's Echo. Claire, what perfect timing. I was just about to make my way up the mountain, but now that you are here, there is a small but vital task I would entrust to you. You see, we are currently in the process of restoring a larder Torgor used to store not only foodstuffs, but apparently also ceremonial offerings used during the pact. We found many different food items when we uncovered its ruins, but as of yet we have no way of knowing which were for eating and which were used for its offerings. There is a merchant in Warlord's Echo by the name of Kurbalur, with whom the Torgor often had dealings. I thought perhaps he might know if any of the wares she traded were used in the ritual. I would send one of our own to seek him out, but every pair of hands is busy clearing out the remaining snow. I was just about to join them, in fact. The Torgor's living sepulchre has yet to be found, after all. That leaves you to speak with the merchant on our behalf, a much less laborious task than the one that awaits me, I promise. Can you do this for us? Thank you, Claire. Remember, the merchant's name is Kabolor. I hope his knowledge can aid us. So we gotta find a merchant now. I still find it hard to believe that she didn't bother trying to, talk to more people about it. Would have been a lot easier. The Torgor from the mountain? Ah yes, I remember her. We would trade on occasion. Though she never mentioned this pact you speak of, thinking back, however, it does shine a new light on one peculiar aspect of our dealings. And what would that be? As I recall, she would usually ask for an assortment of dried meats and seasonings, the types of food that would last. Such items as would be difficult to come by in those snowy peaks. Sounds reasonable. Nothing peculiar about that, to be sure, but the tender she used was unusual. You see, she traded me corn and corn seeds, which she claimed to grow herself. What, up in the mountains? Where there's ice and snow? Quite the strange crop for such a frigid clime, right? Well, she said it was a singular type, bred over generations to withstand the freezing weather. Of course, I couldn't deny such an uncommon opportunity. But I took one bite of the corn and regretted my choice straight away, huh? That bad? Still, I figured I could sell it as feed or process it into something usable, so I accepted her produce whenever she visited. The Torgor seemed to have a hard life up in the mountains, so I was happy to provide her with what she needed. One time I suggested that growing something else besides inedible corn might solve her food problems. What do you think she said to that? She said, "My order took great care in cultivating it to match the taste of our dear friends." Oh, so they like corn? Considering she lived alone, I wasn't quite sure what she meant, but she was so earnest in her answer, I decided not to press further. But now the pieces are falling into place. I gather this corn has something to do with your ritual. I've been wanting to meet Farafar and her Hands of Ziggurat for some time. Allow me to accompany you up the mountain. Word of work being done at Ziggurat has reached us here in Warlord's Echo, and I've wondered how I could contribute. Now's my chance to find out. What a nice guy. Alright, so let's go speak with them. I mean, I never would have taken snow spirits to be fond of corn, but, you know, who am I to judge the taste of spirits? There you are, Claire. Farah here might be young, but she takes to leading naturally. I'm impressed by how much progress everyone's made so far. Most of the others are resting now, but Farah has us clearing snow all day long. I can barely lift my arms. Ha ha! A hard day's work deserves a hearty reward, wouldn't you agree? I'll treat you to some of my most delicious wares when this is done. Aw, he's happy. By the way, Farah, do you have any insights as to what Gore was referring to before? Those dear friends she and the others grew the corn for. She must have meant the snow spirits. The corn must have been a crucial part of the ritual. Given that it was grown and harvested among the snow, it makes sense that the spirits would have a taste for it. I suppose the larder housed a healthy stock of the crop. Even so, I fail to see how anyone, spirits or no, could eat that stuff. Perhaps the caretakers processed it somehow before making an offering? Without knowing their techniques, however, growing it now may not be the wisest path. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I've been meaning to mention the large stone we found buried under the snow. The carvings were quite distinct. Are you saying you found a sepulchre? The Torgor's living sepulchre? If it is indeed the stone we've been searching for, then it should hold all the answers we need. The way forward is clear. We finished shoveling the rest of the snow. If only it were so simple. The snow around the stone is frozen solid. Maybe ice picks could help us free it? With tools like that, we risk damaging the stone and thus losing forever the precious stories carved into it. As of now, we lack the means to remove it cleanly from the ice. Claire, could you return with me to shelter? The tools we need require a deft hand to craft, and I cannot make them alone. Much appreciated. Then let us focus be on seeing the sepulchre safely rescued. In the meantime, the others should continue their work on the larder. Remember to give yourselves time to rest every once in a while. Okay, so we found the stone. At least it's something. So it should be like a kind of like a manual of how to take care of the spirits, I'm guessing. If my intuition is correct, the Torgor's sepulchre will contain details on the offering, and while I would like it uncovered as quickly as possible, the task must be attended to with care. Which is why I would entrust no one else with crafting the tools we require. You are not one to disappoint after all. I think metal scrapers suited for delicate work should help us clear the ice without damaging the sepulchre's inscriptions. Can I trust you to make them for us? Refertar will keep you stocked with all the supplies you need. Good luck, Claire, although I know you need it not. Okay, ice removal tools. How hard can this be? Apparently not hard at all. Have you finished already? Good, good. May I have a look? As I said, you do not disappoint. These will certainly help us free the sepulchre from that stubborn ice. With work on the larder going well, our goals feel so close at hand. I want to rush headlong to the end, but I know haste will only set us back. Huh, guess that was easy. Ah! Plus it works as like free freezer and refrigeration. Beautiful, is it not? Despite his age, Kabul lore has been may have hauled more snow than the rest of us combined. Having a place to store our daily foodstuffs will certainly make our lives easier. Of course, we also intend to devote space to the cold-resistant corn after we can grow and harvest it. I hear the others have already found a plot for the cornfields, so the larder may become crowded soon enough. I only hope we can figure out exactly how the plant fits into the ritual. I have missed you, Dar Torgor. Although it may take time, I promise to read every single word you left us. I always enjoyed the wisdom and wit of your conversation, and now I have been blessed to speak with you again. Nothing could make me happier. Deciphering the stone of Torgor and the spirits will take time, so please be patient. It seems I must consult the surrounding stonework to glean its whole meaning. The high larder has been restored, giving the Yok Huy a place to store their food. The Torgor's living sepulchre may hold the secrets to the pack, but there is yet more work to be done until it is deciphered. Reputation up to respected. Ooh, we get more wares, yay! Alright, so what do we get this time? Oh, wind up Yok Huy! Wasn't expecting the minions so soon. Wait, no, that's the chimpanzee that I won. Here we go. Corporation of the Pele, the business-minded neighbors of the Yok Huy, to produce a series of this mammoth as a souvenir for visitors to Ziggurat, the Open Arms. Boasting nimble movements, ordinarily unseen in their stout physique, it has also proven popular among the Yok Huy themselves. Aww, isn't he cute? Okay, so we're doing pretty good. Only a handful of quests that are left, but let's go on with larder for the long term. There is little fear that food will rot in the chilly mountain air, but keeping provisions unspoiled for the long term calls for even colder temperatures. This is why we store things in a proper larder. Storage methods also vary by foodstuffs, with some needing to be kept in boxes or sacks, often with a regularly replenished stock of drying agents. As our food supply grows, however, we find ourselves running short of these storage necessities. Should you happen to be bereft of a meaningful task, I'm certain Zarhor Kor will welcome your crafting expertise on the mountaintop. Okay, table for too few. The larder is rebuilt and our stock of food is plentiful, which should allow us to provide everyone with regular meals. It would seem, however, that the avalanche's destruction has left us little in the way of tableware to serve them in. As things stand, we're having to snatch away plates before someone has even swallowed their last bite so we can serve the next person waiting. Okay, that's disgusting. Might you lend us your skills again and craft us a way out of this conundrum? Zahorkor will have all the materials you require. Okay, I want to trade my icicle. Okay, that's a weird thing to want to trade. Ah, Claire, you may be just the volunteer I was looking for. The restoration efforts require a modest sum of coin, you see, and after considering our situation, a merchant friend was adamant he could find a demand for ice formed from mountain spring water. The arrangement has us carrying the ice down the slope to our peddler acquaintance, who then sells it in the city. Every step of the journey must be swift, however, lest the precious cargo begin to melt, and our paddling gates is simply too slow. Yeah, I can see why that would be a problem. Find you mind making the delivery in our stead? Make your way to the back of the high larder, and our iced harvester will break off the largest piece you can carry. Alright, so heading back inside. I do enjoy the music here. There's just something kind of magical about being in the snow. I don't know exactly where I'm going here. Another icicle for markets? You might need a lighter one than usual. Here you go, a freshly harvested hunk of ice made from mountain spring water. Hurry this down the slope to Solis, and you should find our peddler friend waiting by the road to Kozamauka. Alright, and the other quest should be over here. There you are. Oh, for both of them. Ah, here to help with the larder, are you? Perfect. I have all the crafting materials required for shoring up our dwindling storage supplies. Speaking of which, my task for you today is to put together some sturdy metal tins. Please do not hesitate to ask should you need anything else to get the job done. Once you have the new storage supplies in hand, pray head across the way and deliver them to the larder master. Okay, storage supplies. This should not take long. Yep, one down. Two down, one to go. I know this seems easy, and that's really only because I went ahead and already, maxed out all my crafters. This is really more to help people who are just, really struggling with reaching those few remaining levels. Like if you haven't gotten a chance around to actually leveling up your crafters. Ah, our savior has come. Hammering out some serving pots to keep our stews and soups warm should be no trouble for an artisan of your caliber, yes? My material stores are at your disposal. But once you crafted the tableware supplies we need, please deliver them to the kitchen master. You should find him over by the entrance to the larder. Oh, okay, so... yeah, I forgot. We're supposed to take them to somebody else. Yeah, I was all prepared to hand over the items that I already crafted and everything. I don't know. I just don't pay attention that well, I guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and take care of this real quick, and then we'll go turn them all in. Alright, so, why do I keep doing this? Okay. Yes, what is it? Mealtime is swift approaching, and there is a pile of dirty dishes that require my attention. Then why are you over here? Shouldn't you be in the kitchen? Oh, merciful fate, this will spare me from having to wash everything the moment our diners gobble their last morsel. Your contributions are much appreciated. After all, we want our workers to enjoy their meals and indeed each other's company without feeling rushed or needing to wait for their turn at the table. When you see Valyargor, tell him he needs to eat too. No one goes hungry on my watch. And yet I notice you aren't offering to feed us. Just saying. Okay, almost ended up running straight on out. I'm tired if you couldn't tell. Please tell me you've come with solutions to our storage woes. Yes, these would be of considerable help. The thought of our foodstuffs languishing in an ill-prepared larder was almost physical pain. Should we have need of more storage supplies, I hope we can turn to you again. My thanks to you, and to Vayargor for sending you my way. Alright, just one more to go. Oh, I just love this new mount. So interesting. Again, I haven't played Monster Hunter before, but I'm kind of interested in playing it now. And where? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking, you know, like around where the Pelu Pelu live, but no, it's actually a lot more convenient. Ah, you brought the Yok Huy ice down the mountain, have you? Yes, yes, this is exquisite, so clear, so beautiful. But as much as I'd like to stand here yapping about the various and ludicrous applications of frozen mountain spring water in the culinarian field, I really must trot this over to Tuliolo right away. Thank you for the fleet-footed delivery, and please let Vayargor know I'll bring him his share of the profits upon my return. Okay, let's go ahead, turn everything in, and I think we can call it a wrap there. Living on an icy mountainside means relying on food shipments from below, but the climb is such that we must plan for infrequent resupplies. Should we allow our larder's wares to spoil, our bellies would be in for a difficult spell. That is why the larder master and his helpers are so serious about foodstuff storage. Well, that's completely understandable. Seems he was well pleased with your contributions, however, so I hope you consider lending us your crafting skills again should the need arise. We are in your debt yet again. It may have seemed a trivial request, but being able to relax is also an important part of a meal. The kitchen master demands I come to table, does he? Well, perhaps I will stop by soon and take a bowl of one of his tasty stews. The restoration work can be exhausting, but many have remarked upon the satisfaction they feel as Ziggurat the Open-Armed returns to its former glory. I too am finding much to savor as we labor and toil and break bread together in this common cause. Thank you for seeing the icicle safely into the peddler's hands. I imagine our patrons in Tuliolo will be grateful for this new shipment as well. Ordinarily, ice can be created through magics, of course, but when it comes to creating frozen dishes, I'm given to understand that the gentle flavor of our natural spring water is highly coveted. In any case, we are fortunate to have this arrangement in place. I can only hope that the ice remains popular until we have completed work on the restorations. Alright! Alright, so I guess that's going to be it for right now. Thank you all so much for joining me, and please be sure to join in next time. So until then, everyone, take care.